Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with this week's edition of 90 Days and 900 Seconds, B90, Season 6, Episode 16. Every time we say goodbye. Guys, we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Next week is the season finale. Everyone is wrapping up their trips. If I was going to give this episode a grade, I would give it an A minus solely for how hot Razvan looked on the beach with that head wrap. Whew. Let's set 900 seconds on the timer and let's jump right in, guys. So let's start off with Amanda and poor Razvan, who is being emotionally tortured and love bombed by Amanda. Girl, you need to make up your mind. One moment, you are all over him, giving him a hard on at the beach. And the next minute, you are picking a fight with him at the pool hall, simply because he had a conversation with his mother at the beach, talking about you shouldn't bring other people into your relationship. We'll get into that in a second. So, it's Amanda's last day in Croatia. So, Razvan arranged for this whole beach day with his family. And Amanda, and Razvan's mom are talking, and Amanda tells her, thank you, for cooking. It was a delicious meal. I like you. I hope you like me too. Razvan's mother's like, I like you as well. Razvan's brother talks to Amanda. What do you like about my brother? Amanda says, he's so kind-hearted, etc., etc. Okay, so Razvan's mom helps him put this head wrap on him, okay, because, he's bald, and we don't want his head to get sunburned. Okay, if he wasn't hot enough, guys, for some reason, this head wrap made him even hotter. He looked like a model that stepped right out of, I don't know, some ad in a magazine. And I mean, I can't even think, just thinking about how hot he looked. Okay. So him and his mom took a walk. And his mom is asking him about his relationship with Amanda, how are things going, etc. And Amanda's watching this and she's rightfully concerned, okay? Because she's like, I hope that Razvan doesn't tell his mom about our fights because I don't want his mom to get a bad impression of me. Well, guess what? Razvan did, and his mom does have a bad impression of her. So his mom's like, I hope her being this way with you, fighting with you, and being so emotional is really, because of her being a young widow and not just being fickle. Good point, Mama. That's a good word to use. Fickle. Okay. So then that night, Amanda and Razvan are going to a pool hall for their last date. And Amanda immediately, in Razvan's words and in mine, picks a fight with him. She wants to know what him and his mom talked about. And, Razvan is like, that's between me and my mom, basically. And she's like, I really don't think you should bring other people, outside points of views, I should say, into our relationship. Yeah, Amanda, because you are afraid that his mom is going to open up his eyes to what a real bitch you are being to him, how you are emotionally manipulating, emotionally torturing, and love bombing him. So then the next scene, before you know it, she's giving him this wonderful present, balloons, flowers, and Razvan is just like, wow. 1 minute, she's arguing with me, and the next minute she's giving me a gift and love bombing me again. She wants to know why they're not engaged. Okay? Maybe because you are throwing him through the emotional ringer every 5 seconds and he doesn't know if this is the right relationship for him. We shall see what happens next week. But if I was going to bet on this relationship, doesn't look really good. Okay, moving on. Jasmine and Gino. It's always the 20 minutes later that gets you. I'll explain. When we last left these two, Gino actually grew a set of balls and decided that he was not going to let Jasmine step all over him anymore. So he is going back to the apartment, packing his shit, and getting the fuck out of Panama. That's it. Jasmine broke up with him, and that's it. He's done. Okay. Yeah. 20 minutes later. It's always that 20 minutes later. Jasmine comes back to the apartment. Gino, can I talk to you, please? And it all went downhill from there. Okay. She admits that she gets so angry. She cannot think. And Gino, baby, please, please don't leave me, baby. Please, please. I need the rent. Please don't leave me, baby. I love you. And I promise I will work on my anger. I promise, baby. I promise, baby. I promise. And she's crying and blubbering all over herself. And then she's like, wait, I want to give you something. And she goes off and miraculously, guys. Okay. Now, remember a couple of episodes ago when Gino generously buys Jasmine's sister a gift in a jewelry store. And Jasmine threw a temper tantrum because she wanted a new engagement ring because she lost her old engagement ring and she thought she deserved a new one. Well, miraculously and conveniently, she found the ring. And conveniently, the ring is priceless. The ring that she lost and that she basically told all of national TV was a piece of tin shit and she deserved an upgrade is now priceless. And she is on her knees, begging, sobbing, begging and sobbing for Gino to put it on her finger because it's priceless. Good move, Jasmine. A really good move. That's all I have to say. Good fucking move. Really good move. So, after that whole spectacle, he put the ring on her finger. He zelled her $1,000. He left money on the nightstand. He agreed to a 6-month lease. Not necessarily that expensive apartment, but he agreed to a 6-month lease so she feels secure in Panama. Okay. And he's leaving. And she is so, so sad. Okay. But at least she's secure now. And there's money on the nightstand and $1,000 in her account. Okay. So she's sad, but at least she's secure. So she takes him to the airport. I'm going to miss you, my gringo Benito. They kiss. They hug. Gino goes to security. Score 1 for TSA, though. They make him take his hat off. And production, being shady as fuck, zooms in. So we get to see Gino without his hat briefly. And that's it. Now that he's gone, Jasmine's so lucky to have him. For the 2 weeks that he was there, Jasmine tortured him and the viewers by screaming, yelling, kicking, gouging his eyes out, talking about his sexual problems, everything that you could think of. But now that he's on the plane, she's crying. And she is so lucky to have him. So, yeah. Okay, next. Riley and Violet. Holy shit. Okay. So many feelings. So many feelings. And I just have to bite my tongue. Violet couldn't give two fucks that he's leaving. I'm sorry. Her body language and her facial expressions speak wonders. Violet's body language tells me that she doesn't want to be anywhere near him. Okay? She couldn't give two shits that he's leaving. Riley is generally sad. Riley is sad that he's leaving Vietnam. He is sad that he's leaving Violet. But honestly, from what I could see, her body language, the expression on her face, the things that are coming out of her mouth, she couldn't give two shits. But Riley tries one last time. They go out. He has some salted caramel ice cream. Violet has an orange juice. And Violet's like, tomorrow morning, would you like me to come help you pack one last time? I could see you one last time. And Riley is feeling hopeful. Okay? Honestly, I don't know why Violet even agreed to go see him the next day, because she does not give a shit. Okay? My honest opinion. She doesn't give a shit. She was just waiting for him to go, because this scene in the hotel room, Riley is trying to express to her, as she's helping him pack, he's trying to express to her how much he really, really cares about her. And we all know how Riley is with the L word. Riley does not say the L word because he has a history with saying, I love you, and being hurt. So Riley is trying to express his feelings to Violet. And Violet immediately is like, no, don't say that. And it's like, whoa. This man is trying to express his feelings to you. And you're like, no, don't say that. And then her actions after that, whether it's production driven or not, I don't know if this was something that production wanted to stir the pot up, because this was way too weird. She didn't hug him. She wouldn't kiss him. There was barely any eye contact on her part. Like, it looked like she wanted to push him in the cab and be like, see you later. Don't call me, I'll call you. Like, Violet looked like she just wanted to get rid of him. And I felt for Riley, because it's like, God, he couldn't even get a proper goodbye. You couldn't even fake a proper goodbye. Like, shit. He's not going to come see you ever again. More likely than not. Give the guy a fucking kiss and a hug. Huh. Jeez. So Riley is sad and somber and just wants to go home. And next week, we see Riley dropping a bomb that Violet hit him up once he got home and said she's pregnant, and it's his. So we shall see what's up with that. My goodness. This, like I've said from the beginning, this is a train wreck that was going, and it just, whoo. Boy, so I can't wait to see next week whether or not Tiffany's really going to be an auntie. We got Auntie Tiffany. We shall see. Dempsey and Statler. Oh, my goodness. Dempsey, for the record, she has brains and a head on her shoulders, which is very rare for 90 Day Fiancé. That's all I have to say. Okay? So they're in the castle. They're having fun, exploring the castle. And now they're going to go explore the town a bit. So they're in the car. And Dempsey mentions about children, having children. And Dempsey says that her and Statler had this conversation in the beginning of their relationship on how Dempsey's dream is to have children. She wants to be a stay-at-home mom. She wants to be a mom so much. That is her dream. Statler is like hells to the motherfucking no. I do not want to have any children. I am fucked up enough as it is. Since I was adopted, I have all sorts of issues. I am not going to project my issues onto my children. And no, 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 no. And Dempsey is like, hold up. Wait a minute. You never told me this. I don't know about this. I don't know if I like this. What the fuck is happening? Hold up. Wait a minute. Rewind. Heek. Okay. So Statler's like, that's just the way it is, Dempsey. I don't want to have children. I am not maternal. I do not think I will be a good parent. Dempsey is like, whoa. They are driving to take a tour of town. It is Dempsey's birthday. So she's like, I'm going to put this on the shelf for a minute, but we need to discuss this. This is a huge, huge thing for me. And this is where I give Dempsey a lot of props. Instead of fighting about it, making a big deal of it, she decided, you know something? It's my birthday. I'm going to put this on the shelf for a minute. I'm going to enjoy this tour. Let the bagpiper do happy birthday to me. Be the center of attention. But we're going to revisit this, which they did. They got back to the castle, and Dempsey revisited the subject. And Statler stood her ground that she's too fucked up to become a parent. She's adopted. She has abandonment issues, and she won't do it. And Dempsey's like, hold up. This is a deal breaker for me. I don't like this, and I don't think I could deal with this. And we are watching the relationship implode right before our very eyes. So we shall see what happens next week. Thank goodness we have David and Sheila. That's all I have to say. So, if David and Sheila are leaving the resort after being engaged, and we get to be witness to a conversation in sign language about sexual positions and explosions. Very cute, but a little bit of TMI. Thanks, guys. And Sheila is very excited to be engaged to David, but a little nervous to tell her family. Because after all, her son, John Real, he, wasn't too crazy about going to the U.S. the last time that they approached the subject with him. So they sit down with her daddy and with her son, and they announce that they're engaged. Daddy's happy. John Real's happy. John Real likes David. He's a happy guy, even though he's mute. John Real is looking forward to going to the United States. He hears the food is really delicious. And David from Pillow Talk agrees that once he gets to the States, he's going to like the food. And if he has any questions, he could go and ask David on Pillow Talk. So now it's time for David to go home. And it's so sad. This was a heart-wrenching scene. This you couldn't fake. This you cannot fake. The cries coming out of David were so hard. Oh my God. I was sobbing. That's all I have to say. I was sobbing. The cries coming out of David when he had to say goodbye to Sheila. And David's overwhelmed. He's overwhelmed, okay, because he knows there's a lot of things to do. He has to pay for an immigration lawyer. He has to get a house. He has to do all these things. But he's willing to do whatever he has to do to get Sheila and her son here. And he's sad that he has to leave. And Sheila's sad. And we're all sad. And we're all crying with them. But this is what 90 Day Fiancé is all about. Couples like David and Sheila. That's all I have to say. And not couples like Cleo and Christian. Okay? I'm sorry. Christian is a major douchebag. And he pisses me the fuck off. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he does nothing but gaslight Cleo into making her think that her feelings are wrong. Cleo, your feelings are not wrong. You are not wrong to expect your boyfriend not to flirt with women every chance he gets. I don't want to hear this bullshit that he's just being friendly and being himself. No, he's flirting and it's bullshit. Okay? So, anyway, they go to a donut shop and I wanted to eat every donut in the damn shop. And Cleo is talking to Christian about her feelings, about how, when he goes places, bars, etc., he's open, flirty, friendly towards women, groups of women. And she feels like, that when he goes home now, is she going to be able to trust him, considering his actions just in the time that they spent together? Now that they're going to be apart, is she going to be able to trust him? She doesn't know. And of course, Christian, being the gaslighting bastard that he is, turned it around on her and said, no, Cleo, this is just me being who I am. And if you can't accept me, then I don't know if this relationship's going to work. And Cleo breaks down in tears. This is what I have to say to Cleo. Girl, you deserve better. You can do much better than Christian. He is not going to stop being his outgoing, friendly self. Cleo said to him, I don't mind you social networking. When she said that, it reminded me of someone else. Josh Sider, clout chasing, attention thirsty bastard. Okay? Cleo, you deserve much better. Please. That's it for this week, guys. Next week is the season finale. Please tune in. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit that like button and share my video with a friend or 10. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.